contribution to the community. And if you have contributed, people will not forget it. It's not that I would like to do anything so that I can be remembered, but what God has led me to do it. And I feel very proud that God used me as an instrument to establish the first Christian dental college in India. It is a great honor to me and great privilege to me that God used me. I am nothing, but God used me. In 1950s, the trend in India was that people never had a respect for dentistry. And with that feelings, I also thought it will not be nice for me to be a dentist. And if anybody who is good in his studies would definitely like to try for MBBS or medical studies. But if he or she fails, then they will opt for teaching profession. And that was the trend which was going on. With that trend, I also felt I should also be a medical doctor. Then one American missionary dentist, Dr. E.M. Reel, he met my father in some conference. And while having the conversation about the family and all, when he came to know that I am ready to join medical college, then he told my father, what about your son Joy changes his mind and do dentistry? Then my father didn't answer. He said, let me go and meet my family and Joy and discuss the issue and let you know. And when he came home and talked to everybody at home, everyone said no for it, including myself. And when he told Dr. Reel that everybody is saying no for dentistry, that very time Dr. Reel didn't say anything, but he did not stop the conversation. He continued talking to my father, and the communication went on for a little while. And finally, when he got no positive reply from us, then he told my father, can't you ask Joy to sacrifice his life for dentistry? And that was a little forcible kind of words and very piercing to the heart. And then we discussed at home. My father also felt a little bad about it. And certain other things he told to my father, that there are so many missionaries, American dentists who are working in Karaso in hospital, and after a little while they all will retire and go back to USA. And we want some North Indian Christian boy or a girl to take up dentistry, to take up the leadership. And with all these things, we decided that I'll go for dentistry. That was the breaking point. Then Dr. Reel said that, you can come and see the place, and if you like it, it will be good. And he tried to do everything for me to develop an interest in it. But once this was planned that I will go for dentistry, then I thought of that phrase that man proposes and God disposes. And I proposed to be a medical doctor, and God disposed it and led me to get into the dentistry. Dr. Reel to me was a great mentor. The reason was, he had certain qualities which really impressed me. Number one was the leadership qualities in him, and he was thinking about the future of the Claraswine Hospital Dental Department. And he felt that after a few years' time, they all will go back to America, and he wanted to develop a leader to run the show. And this particular man, I was just thinking, he was looking for me, and there was 4 more years for me to go to the dental college and come back. And 4 years is a long period, but it's a long-term thinking and planning. And I found him, he was a very humble, religious, very competent professionally, and had a great leadership qualities. And I felt that I may not be able to find a better mentor than Dr. Reel in my life. Yeah, I think when you get into those shoes, which was your mentor, and you learn, develop all those skills, then automatically the students and the staff, they look at you and they also see the qualities in that person, how he is behaving with his juniors, how is he developing the students, how he is developing the faculty, how he is looking after the patient's care and all. And if they like, then automatically they start feeling respect and they start feeling mentor. Lots of students did mention about it. No, still they write, you are our mentor. The 4 years in college was very interesting for me, although it was a very different kind of experience, but I enjoyed it. And by God's grace, I was very good student in my college. I secured many gold medals and highest position in the college. And with that, finished 4 years and ready to go back to Claraswine Hospital, Bareilly to join dental department. And for that, Dr. Reel was waiting for 4 years. And in between, I was in touch with him and he always used to encourage me and all. Dr. Reel invited me to spend some time in dental department, Claraswine. And he said, Joy, you come, spend about 7 days. And he arranged my stay in his house. Whereas Claraswine Hospital had lots of guest houses, but he chose that I should stay with him. And for 7 days I stayed, and he and his wife looked after me just like their own son. Every morning he will take me to the department, will show me all the dental procedures, talked about it, the importance of it and all. And he created interest in me towards the dentistry, which was a very great character of that person. And there was a very big gap between him and me. I was 17 years old and he must be in 60s. But he was a very sweet, like a fatherly figure to me. Then 4 years passed, I came back to Claraswine Hospital, Bareilly. When I joined, there were 4 American dentists there and 1 Indian dentist from Kerala. So I was a junior most, but it was a great privilege for me to learn from all those 5 people, and I learned a lot. I had a great advantage there that because of my language, I had a Hindi language and that place was of a Hindi language. Because of that language, I was asked to get involved with the community dentistry, community, to talk to them, to teach them and all kind of a thing. If any person comes and who could not speak English, then these people will call me, these American dentists ask me to interpret and understand their problems. And then that was a great kind of a help to them and good experience to me. Then with that, after 1 year time, they decided that I should take over of the dental van. We had a dental extension program, and it's a beautiful van we had, and I was made Director of Dental Extension Services. And our work was to go to the schools, colleges, villages, and anything which is church-related bodies. This van had 2 dental units and a team of a dentist, 1 dental assistant, and a driver who was trained to assist the dentist. That really helped us. And we used to go in the colleges. It was all planned. They will make our arrangement for our stay and everything. And we will start seeing patients in the dental van. And used to be like a class-wise, the students will come with the teacher. We will examine them. And first we will examine all the whole class. We'll write down what is their requirements and all. And the main job in the dental van was examination, diagnosis, then teach them how to brush. And I felt that educated people like teachers and all, they didn't have any concept of dental health. If they get a pain in the tooth, they will go to a dentist and get the tooth out. That made me very sad. So I wanted to educate them that these teeth are a part of your body. God has given you, and they should not leave you before you leave this world. And that concept got into, I said, you don't lose your fingers before you die. You don't lose any other part of the body. Why should you lose teeth? And that did make a difference. And we educated them, and that did help. We were seeing per day around about 30 to 40. And total it comes to around about 10,000 per year. But that is a checkup. And then after the checkup, we will do the procedural part. So it was around about 10,000 patients. And those patients were not only the students, they are teachers, staff, and the community people around. So it was a very, very big group of people who had been looked after. And these people never got an opportunity to go to dentist. So it was a great opportunity for them to learn, to get the benefit, and the most important part of it, everything was free. That was a real charity from our institution. As far as Clarasine Hospital is concerned, we were not a money-making institution. Our aim and objective was charity, helping people, and those who could afford, rich people, we will be charging them, and that money will be utilized for the benefit of those poor people. And these 4 American dentists in the dental department, they were a great, great help. They are the one who started that department, brought equipment from USA, established the clinic, and that dental clinic at that time was one of the best clinic in North India. And the charity, no patient was ever sent back because they did not have money. And we had been doing all kind of a work, like those days in 60s, we were making porcelain crowns, which was not available those days, and dentures, all kind of surgical procedures. And because of the cancer, they have lost the eye and little portion of the cheek. Then we will make a prosthesis for them. And I had some pictures of that. One was very interesting. We attached that thing with the specs and the eye and this portion, And that was a great help, because those people will not be acceptable in the society, especially those poor people. Bareilly Clarasone Hospital was my very favorite place. My family people, my friends, they were all around. I passed out from King George's Medical College, which was also very close by, and all my friends were around. And I was very happy there. Language, everything was of my taste and choice. And leaving that place was a very difficult task. And it is a very interesting story which I would like to share with you, that how I left that place. Another American missionary dentist who was in a Christian Medical College, Ludhiana, and he's the one who started the dental department in Ludhiana, and he got some tooth pain, and he came to Bareilly to get his dental treatment. Now you can understand, Bareilly and Ludhiana was almost like 500 kilometers, but he traveled to come to Bareilly to get his dental treatment, because the Bareilly dental department was one of the best department that time in North India, and all the foreigners used to come to get their dental treatment there. So when he came, he got the work done, he met everybody, and he met me, and he realized that I am the North Indian Christian dentist working in that hospital from last 4 years with American dentist, and I knew all about the latest equipments of that place, and Bareilly Clarasone Hospital equipment and in CMC Ludhiana equipments, they were all from USA, same type of equipment and all. He got very excited about it. Yeah, this guy, if he can catch me, it will be good. So he talked to the head of the department, who was Dr. Peterson. Dr. Reel had retired and left for USA. So Dr. Peterson became the head of the department. He talked to him and told him that Dr. Faison, he will be leaving after 1 year to USA, because he has completed 5 years in Ludhiana and he has to go back to USA, and he's looking for someone to take the leadership of dental department of Christian Medical College, Ludhiana. Then they both discussed and all, and Dr. Faison showed his interest in me and told Dr. Peterson, is it possible for you to spare J Joshi's services for Christian Medical College, Ludhiana? Dr. Peterson said, I can't say that, let me ask him. And Dr. Peterson asked me, I said no, straightforward no, because I had no feelings of leaving that place. Dr. Faison left the place with that word no from my side. But he continued writing to me, continued his communication with me, continued telling me that he can't find a North Indian Christian dentist in that place, and he is ready to go to USA. He cannot stay any long. He cannot have another missionary dentist to come to CMC Ludhiana to take over. So Joy, is it possible for you to come and join? He applied lots of pressure on me. And I told him that Dr. Faison, it will be my pleasure, but I have so many other problems with me. Number one is, I was chosen to be in Bareilly Clarasone Hospital to continue my leadership there. And with all that, how can I leave that place? It was a moral responsibility in my heart. And secondly, I completed 4 years. And with that 4 years, our provident fund cannot be double. You have to have at least 5 years to get your double provident fund. So I'll be a great loser. And third thing was that I was sanctioned a crusade scholarship, that is American scholarship, for a Methodist dentist to study abroad in USA. But the condition was that the person has to come back to work in the same hospital, which I was there to come back. So when Dr. Faison heard all these things, he realized there is a little bit problem. So he talked to his director in CMC, and these guys talked to Braley administration. Okay, how can we solve these problems to get Joy to CMC Ludhiana? And after some time, I was told, your shifting from Bareilly to Ludhiana is no problem, because this is a Christian institution and Ludhiana is also a Christian institution run by the same mission. So there won't be problem. And as far as your provident fund is concerned, if you resign, then only your service breaks. So we would like you not to resign, but we have decided that your services will be transferred to CMC Ludhiana, which was something unusual, never happened before. And the third thing, they gave me in writing that your crusade scholarship will be given to you whenever you want. Coming back from USA, I felt the need to develop the dental department. When I left, we had 2 dental units, and after a little while, I added up almost like 4 more units, and we got 4 dental units. We didn't have place to house all those units. It was very interesting. I asked the administration, but there was no place for us to expand because it was a compact outpatient department and it was in a very old building. The roof of that building was 23 feet high. You may be knowing that those days that high ceilings were there because of the weather. It keeps the temperature cool. So when I had nothing to go anywhere, all the 4 sites were occupied. And with the division, I got the double space. And we got 6 dental units, lab, reception room, and everything. And it became a very beautiful. And that particular division in that was a real example in that institution. Still people talk about it. I was told, don't do that, the whole building will collapse, and all kind of a thing was told to me. Everywhere I was discouraged. I said, let it be, I'll take the responsibility, and I did it. After that, when we got these 6 dental units, then question came up in my mind, that is it only thing I'm supposed to do to look after only the patients or anything else? And with that feelings, we heard that mission in India had about 800 hospitals all over. And all hospital, can you believe it, not a single dental department was there. I felt very bad because I'm a dentist and I see there is no dentist anywhere as far as the Christian institutions are concerned. So I thought what to do about it. Mission hospitals were running by the doctors trained in CMC Ludhiana and CMC Vellore. These 2 institutions used to produce doctors, and they all were sponsored and they were sent to all these mission hospitals. This is how the mission hospitals were running in those remote areas. Otherwise, nobody will go to those places. So I said, 800 mission hospital, no dental department, no dentist, what to do? How to get dentist? And that thing started troubling me. And I said, how to deal with it? Then the worst part of it, when I thought, let me get into the academic, then my degree from USA was not recognized by the Dental Council of India, because those days American degrees were not recognized in India, Indian degree was not recognized in America. So I decided I must get my postgraduate degree from India, and I went to Chandigarh and did my 2 years postgraduate degree and got recognition by the Dental Council of India, and I had become a lecturer in Christian Medical College. That was my academic appointment, and that the point where I started into the academics. I'm the first North Indian Christian dentist. What I'm doing, what for God has chosen me, there must be some aim and objective. And I had a kind of a dream that I should start a first Christian dental college in India. I talked about it. I think everybody laughed at me because it was something very big from a very small person. Talking something big was not sort of acceptable by people. Anyway, talked to my wife and family and got some courage. I said, let's plan it out something. So I went and talked to my director. Just give me a chance to do it. He said, okay, fine. You think so? Write a project. And I wrote a project, and that project was sent to the governing body. And to my surprise, in the hospital like medical colleges, a small project takes so long to pass. So many, formalities are there. And when I put this project, just like that, it passed with some conditions. I was shocked. I said, I think God is leading, so I shouldn't worry. And that our project was passed. Yeah, it was a very real struggle in life, very difficult decisions. Many times got so frustrated, but some kind of a strength I was getting, and my family was of great strength to me, and God had been my guide. God had been giving me strength to face all these obstructions. When everything was done, we got permission from 4 statutory bodies, but the university gave us a permission, but that was a conditional affiliation, and their conditions were not acceptable to our governing body. So the tussle started. We tried our best to convince them, but they said, no, if you don't accept these conditions, we don't give you affiliation. Finally, we went to the court. We took the help of the court, and 2 solid years we had to fight in the court. And that very time is a time of militancy in Punjab. And it was very difficult to travel, coming back late in the night. But God had been with us, and we were protected all the way. After 2 years, we got the judgment in our favor, and we were delighted. We thanked God, and we started everything. The building already was under renovation. It was ready. We ordered the equipment, dental equipment, everything came. We fixed up our library, books, and whatever is required for the dental, everything was ready. And we published our prospectus also. Now you can understand, publishing a prospectus means we are ready to admit students. Prospectus started going out to people. And one morning, that was Friday 1992, we got a notice from the Supreme Court saying that Christian Dental College case has been fixed for hearing on Monday, following Monday. Friday, morning we got the notice, and Monday morning case was supposed to be heard. And the Supreme Court was 350 kilometers away from Ludhiana. I, along with my director, immediately rushed to Delhi, and we looked for a lawyer to take up our case. Being a Saturday and Sunday, we couldn't find any lawyer. And you can imagine 2 years fight in the High Court, and this particular short time we couldn't find a lawyer, we would have lost the case. And we had no way except to pray to God, okay, what shall we do? And me and my director, we were staying in a hotel, and we really prayed and prayed. And then Saturday morning, we visited our lawyer on record. And that lawyer was only to keep a record and give it to the senior lawyers to plead the case. So when we found no one, so we asked this lawyer, can you plead our case? He looked at us and laughed. He said, how can I? I never pleaded any case in my life. And Monday morning, case came up at 10:30. And we were, you can imagine our condition, me and my director. And this fellow pleaded the case. And in no time, the judgment was pronounced. In no time, I'm using a word. There was no discussion. That university lawyer said, I want a stay order on this case, meaning by that admission should not take place. And the judgment came that Christian Dental College has been allowed to admit a student from this session. And we just praise God for that. And that was the day the first Christian Dental College was established. Whole governing body was there when we had inauguration. Invited friends from the city, medical college faculty, staff, students of medical college. We didn't have dental college students, all the medical college students. It was a fantastic function. And the person who raised funds for this college was Dr. Charles Reynolds. He was there. And he's the one who got money from USA government for renovation and buying equipment and all those things. He was also present. It was a great function, and we had a Thanksgiving service. Our pastor, our bishop, everybody was there. It was a great day, at least in my life. And I would say in the life of Christian Medical College, it was another feather to the head of the director that another college has been established. It's not a small thing. And the beauty of this college was, it was the first Christian dental college in India. My aim and objective was teaching program for the students, BDS, dental assistant, and there was another program which I thought of was a dental mechanic course. Dental mechanic course is also of 2 years, and that is recognized by the Dental Council of India. I went through and got the approval, and then we started taking 20 students per year. That again helped us to assist the doctors, the denture work and all those things. And these boys and girls were ready to go even to the dental van and all those things also. So it was a good, we didn't have a good office. Then I initiated to have a new office, new building. They had to face lots of problems because just the starting thing and all. But somehow God had been there to sort out the problems. And a couple of them used to call me one-man army. In 2014, we went around USA and all and met all these people. Molly organized the whole show, and we met so many people, and they really looked after us. It was such a pleasure to see them, how great they are doing. Rich, beautiful houses, beautiful cars, and it was such a, and the best part of it, they were humble. I like that part also. Then in Australia also we had, in Melbourne, they organized a dinner for us, me and Molly, and they called whoever was around, and we had a wonderful time with them. So like that, it was good. And our now students are all over the world doing very well, and I'm in touch with them. Recently, last year, 2017, we had a Silver Jubilee celebration. And you can imagine, I can't believe that 25 years have passed. So I was invited there and all. We had a wonderful time. And alumni came from all over the world. And it was a beautiful function. 3 days we had programs there. It was very beautiful. It was very satisfying. And the dream I had came true. That was the best part of it. I told these people, as I've already explained, that you should earn money with hard work and honesty, and don't forget the poor people. Then I said, our dentists, they should be spiritually alive and socially relevant. And the third thing is professionally competent. These three things covers up everything. If you are socially relevant, you will definitely like to help those poor people. If you are professionally competent, then you will definitely like to give a best dental treatment to the patients. And if you are spiritually alive, everything comes under that. Contribution to the community. And if you have contributed, people will not forget it. It's not that I would like to do anything so that I can be remembered, but what God has led me to do it. And I feel very proud that God used me as an instrument to establish the first Christian dental college in India. It is a great honor to me and great privilege to me that God used me. I am nothing, but God used me.